lot of outrage after atheists post a controversial billboard in the heart of Times Square, and this is what it looks like. Who needs Christ during Christmas? And then it gets crossed out, and on the bottom it says, nobody. The 15-second ad is looping in Times Square, and it says that it points out the real importance of the holiday, which is actually things that it mentions like presents and the Rockettes and Chinese food. Father Jonathan Morris is a Roman Catholic priest and a Fox News contributor. Leslie Marshall is a syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Lars Larson is also a syndicated radio talk show host. Welcome to all of you. Let's jump right in because we have another topic that we want to try to get to as well. Father Jonathan, it seems right to start with you. What do you think?
Well, they've also said that the real celebration is the winter solstice. So saying that Christmas should be celebrated without Christ is a little bit like saying that the winter solstice should be celebrated without winter. Doesn't make sense. You know, I encourage atheists who are not activists like this, who are trying to knock Christ out of Christmas, to stand up and say, you know what, that's not us. We just don't believe. But we're not trying to take the belief away from anybody else. Atheists who are not activists should stand up and speak the truth in kindness.
There's such an anger in this, Leslie, which is what, never makes sense to me when they do these things.
I think the reason they're doing it is to get their point across, a little bit sensationalism, and certainly to get attention, and they've done that. They certainly have the First Amendment right to do that. But additionally, I think that unfortunately we have taken, and I do believe in God and Christ, and that is the reason for Christmas. And I think that we, with our commercialism and with our greed and the lines at the stores, have taken Christ out of Christmas. So maybe rather than offense, people should look at it and remind themselves what the holiday is truly supposed to be celebrating.
Well, there's that option. That wasn't the first thing that popped into my mind when I saw the billboard, but it's an interesting take on it. Lars, what do you think?
Well, Merry Christmas, Martha. The fact is, the reason for the season is to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. And the fact is, we are celebrating. And some of that celebration is gift giving, which goes right back to the original birth story. The Father knows that better than Leslie and me put together. What I've never understood is the antipathy of atheists. And as you said, it's only the vocal ones, but the vocal ones seem to hate the idea that we believe. The fact that they don't believe, they're entitled to. But I dislike and I resent the fact that they want to try to reject our belief. I don't think the atheists have any right to tell us what to think.
One thing we know the season is not about is nastiness. I mean, so I don't understand, why there's just such a nasty nature to it.
Martha, to be fair and balanced here, we should also say that there is a Christian group, a creationist group, who put up a sign also in Times Square that said, to our friends, our atheist friends, in kind of a sanctimonious way, in my opinion, thank God you're wrong. That's not the way either.
All right. Very good point. Well taken. I want to get to this other topic with you because it's just a horrible story that happened. And a 16-year-old, Ethan Couch, took his pickup truck with his friends loaded in the back and plowed into 4 innocent people who were on the side of the road trying to help a distressed motorist, killed all 4 of those people on the side of the road. And the judge has given this boy 10 years probation, no jail time at all. And the argument is that he suffers from affluenza, that he comes from a wealthy family that never explained boundaries to him. So how could he possibly understand right from wrong? Father Jonathan, I'll start with you once again.
Oh, gosh. Well, affluenza, so it's affluence. What this is if he doesn't understand right from wrong, it's because he's a spoiled brat. That's not an excuse whatsoever. But I don't think 20 years jail time is the solution. I don't think jail time for something like this for a 16-year-old over a long period of time is the answer either.
Leslie, what do you think?
Well, I think this is an example of you get what you pay for, and this is the best defense money can buy. This defense has successfully been used in the past with drunk driving. I abhor drunk driving. I've been the victim of it. I think anybody drinking and getting behind the wheel is irresponsible, and this kid did know what he was doing. But we've seen other defenses that are outlandish: Twinkie defense, nagging defense, PMS, and of course, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. So I'm not surprised, and his parents are getting their money's worth, unfortunately, for the victims and their families. And I disagree with the father. I think 20 years is fair. He took 4 lives. If he had murdered them, which I believe he did, I think the punishment is fair.
Let's get a quick thought from Lars.
Father, it is a red letter day. Leslie and I agree 20 years is appropriate. It was an idiotic decision from the judge, and this father has raised his son in an idiotic fashion and is now supporting the idea that his kid can get away with anything. He's foisting a monster on society.
A pastor, a mom and her daughter, and another young woman whose car was broken down will not live to see this Christmas. And this young man gets 10 years probation. You know, one thing I would just mention, the judge talks about how the boundaries have never been put on this child. This judge had an opportunity to finally put some boundaries on this child and passed it up. So he learns nothing from this experience, and it's a sad, sad story all around. Thanks to all of you for getting around to both of those topics with us this morning.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thank you.